Hello, I am SquidofLove, welcome back. No Man's Sky was released earlier today for the PC and we finally have the opportunity to take a good look at this amazing and very ambitious game. We finally can start our own journey, set our path in the universe of No Man's Sky and try to discover what is waiting for us out there. So let's not waste any more time and start our adventure. Before I start showing you what I have experienced today in this magnificent game, very beautiful game, and of course what we can do in general and what we can discover, I really think we need to mention some issues that have to do with the launch of the game on the PC. Many complaints, I've read so many complaints that the game crashes all the time, that the game is unplayable, that other players can't even log in and start playing. Well, I didn't experience any of these serious problems. I had only two issues. The first one major, the other minor. Let's start with the minor. Some stuttering. There was some stuttering, especially at the first planet when I started the game. Later the game became somewhat smoother and I really didn't have any problem enjoying myself, having fun with this exploration survival game. The major problem, and I hope it will be fixed soon, is the fact that I could not discover and upload species and plants. Anything else, planets, systems, areas, beacons that we are gonna see soon, I was able to discover them, rename them, gain some money because you gain some money when you upload your discoveries, and in general play the game normally. So these were the two issues I have encountered, and if it wasn't for the inability to discover plants and animals, and of course rename them, I think the game will have been perfect for me. Anyway, I have these in mind. I'm really positive that the developers will fix these issues very soon and there will be no problem with No Man's Sky. So as you have already seen, this is how we start our adventure on a random planet somewhere in the galaxy, in a far corner of the galaxy I guess, and we get to choose if we want to accept guidance from the Atlas or just do our thing. It is wise to accept guidance from the Atlas, especially if you are new to the game like I am, and our very first objective is to repair our ship. We have to repair it, get off the planet and start our journey. In order to fix our gear, in order to repair our broken gear, we have to gather materials, we have to gather the certain material we need in order to craft an item and use it to repair our starship, our engine, so we can get off the planet. And this is the core gameplay behind No Man's Sky. We run around the planet, we scan the surface around the ground, and we try to discover materials, sources of materials in order to not only craft stuff but also to replenish our protection, our life support. I also think I was really lucky to spawn on a planet with tentacle-like plants. Too bad I couldn't discover them and upload them and of course rename them. We can always consult our inventory in order to see what we have to create and what we need in order to create it. We can go into one of the slots and take a look at what is available for us at any given time, what technologies do we have available for us, and of course what we can craft. So for example, we need to craft some of these seeds. So in order to do this, we're gonna check on one of the slots, see what we need, and we need iron. We have enough iron to craft one, and this is how you craft items. This is very easy. Also, finding the required materials for whatever you need them is not that hard. I really like this implementation of the survival gameplay in No Man's Sky. Is not annoying. You don't really have to eat anything, to drink anything. All you have to do is just find some materials in order to replenish your protection, your life support, your fuel, your weapon, and you are all set. You can continue exploring, you can continue gathering materials. One of the most interesting parts of exploration is of course discovering caves and going there. Without knowing if something will jump on you, if something will attack you. It is good to enter caves when you see them, especially because your environmental protection is replenished, like it happened over here, but also because they have certain materials. If you are lucky, they have a very good amount of certain materials. So this cave over here in my very first planet was full of iron. Obviously some of the materials are more valuable than others, like emerald over here, or gold if you are lucky enough to find them. Usually they are in big formations like this huge rock, and you can gain a lot of them. They worth a lot of money, a lot of units. Units is the currency in No Man's Sky, and if you sell them at a trading outpost on a trader, then you're gonna make some good money, and you are gonna need money in order to buy interesting stuff later, buy ships if you discover one that you really want to buy. Finding your way on the surface of the planet is not really that hard, it's much easier than what I thought it would be, and you can always go on higher ground, take a good look around, find some points of interest, plan your next move and start heading towards them. It is very well made and it gives a sense of accomplishment. I really do like this part of the game, to go somewhere high and take a look around. So once you have gathered enough materials, you can go back to your starship, repair it, charge all your gear, charge your protection, your life support, your weapons, be ready for your next adventure, and then you are ready to go. You can leave the planet or you can stay around, or you can continue exploring. And this is what I love in No Man's Sky. I've spent more than 1 hour and a half on this planet and I really didn't want to leave before exploring more. I just want to see more of space, I want to see more planets. This is the beauty of No Man's Sky. It throws you on a strange planet and gives you the freedom to follow your own path, do whatever you want. You can follow the Atlas instructions, or you can simply fly around and try to discover whatever there is on this planet. These milestones, these achievements pop up all the time in the game, and although in the beginning are somewhat annoying, later you are not gonna pay attention to them. And this is our very first trading outpost. I was very lucky, it was very near to my crashing point, and here we are gonna have the opportunity to do some trading, make some units from all the emerald we have collected, and of course meet our very first alien, a Korvax. I think there are 3 alien races in the game, Korvax, Gek and one more which I don't remember the name. I am in the Korvax territory, I guess. When you discover buildings, it is very wise to check them, to always take a look at what they have to offer, at the trading opportunities, and of course there is a high possibility to discover crates that contain blueprints, technologies and quite useful materials for you and your survival. I was carrying some valuable materials and items that I have found from my exploration, I sold them and I made a nice amount of units. And this is the very first alien I've met, a Korvax, like I've said before. It is one of the most interesting parts of the gameplay in No Man's Sky, meeting with aliens and trying to discover what they're talking about. We have no idea about their language, so we have to learn what their words mean, and in order to do that we are going to take a look at some knowledge stones later. There are some options whenever you talk with them. At the beginning you are guessing, because you don't know what the heck he's talking about. You can give him some materials in order to interact with him again. It is very important. If they like you, you will have access to blueprints, gear, equipment, better equipment than the one you carry, and you will learn more words of their language. It will be easier to communicate with them, and it will be easier for you to make money and progress in the game. Before we go into space, we're gonna talk about knowledge stones and how important they are for the gameplay. They are very important because we can learn alien words by interacting with them. Whenever you find one of these stones, drop everything you are doing, go straight to the stone, interact with it and learn the word. Eventually you will know enough words so you can communicate with Korvax or Gek or whatever else aliens you can find, and it will make your life a lot easier. There are not only knowledge stones that you can discover and give you knowledge, there are also monoliths. When you interact with monoliths, they give you some options and you have to choose the right one, remember, without knowing the language. So it is always a gamble. They might punish you, they might give you something good, a gift. This is really why you need to discover knowledge stones and learn more words, because there will be text in the alien language and you will have to understand what it says. From these 2 words only, I understand that I need to calm down, so I'm gonna choose the wait it out, and this was the right option. I was rewarded. It is also a very good addition to the game, a very innovative way to progress in the game, to gain knowledge on the universe of No Man's Sky. So far, I am going to be honest, what I have seen I really like, and the game was really fun. I think if you enjoy exploration gameplay, then you're gonna love No Man's Sky. Discovering settlements, discovering outposts is very important, and you really need to take a good look at them. It will be possible to find new technology, to find better weapon, multi-tool, to find blueprints. You always go into these places, you always take a look at them, never neglect them. You are gonna lose so much stuff. And this is exactly how I discovered a new, better multi-tool for my character, for my adventure. In general, it is wise to not upgrade your first multi-tool. Wait to discover a new one that is going to be better than your starter multi-tool. Space is also very interesting. There are a lot of stuff to discover and of course take a look at in space, in No Man's Sky. And the first thing we're gonna explore is the space station, the very first space station I discovered when I left my first planet. When you approach the space station, of course each space station has its own unique shape and they offer their own unique goods. When you approach the entrance of the space station, you lose control of your spaceship. There is an auto-landing mechanism that will take you inside and will land you safely. And this is quite good. I thought I was gonna crash at the beginning because of my angle of approach, but hopefully the game took over for me. To be honest, space stations in this game work exactly like buildings on the surface of a planet. There is an alien inside, you can interact with him, you can have some talk, you can gain some knowledge from him or some items, and you can trade. It is exactly the same gameplay like a trading outpost on the surface of a planet or a research facility. What really makes space stations very interesting is the fact that traders, other aliens, come and go all the time, so you can approach their spaceships, talk with them, interact with them, take a look at their inventory, but you can also take a look at their ship. So if you really like a vessel, if you really like the slots it has, what it offers, and of course if you have enough money to buy it, then you can buy that spaceship and make it your own. You can transfer your inventory from your spaceship to the new spaceship. You can buy pretty much everything you like from these guys, from these aliens, and you can leave the station with a brand new spaceship. While flying around space, it is also possible to do some mining, or more correctly collect materials. It is quite easy to collect Thamium-9, which is the primary fuel for our vessel, for our spaceship in space. So if you're really low on this material, just go out there, leave your planet, go to space, shoot some asteroids and collect a lot of this fuel. It is also possible to find other materials that are not so common on the surface of the planet you have been already. If you are following the Atlas directions, then eventually you will be asked to build a hyperdrive, fuel it, and jump to another system. You can choose which system, and this will present opportunities. You can either try to follow the route that will lead you to the center, or you can go anywhere you like. I have mentioned before that I'm not gonna go straight for the center of the universe. I want to explore around, I want to discover interesting planets, interesting animals, which I can't name at the moment. I hope this will be fixed soon. and in general show you as much of this game as possible. And here we visit our second system, and I think this is the perfect time to talk about naming stuff in No Man's Sky. In order to name the planets that you have discovered and the various areas around the planets, all you have to do is go to the options, go to the discoveries, and then you can choose the planet that you want to rename. I have decided to follow a certain strategy when naming my planets. I want to have a certain theme, so at the moment I'm naming the planets with Roman and Greek mythology god names. I told you I am terrible at naming stuff, and I'm gonna need your help on this. I am accepting suggestions, so if you feel like, throw a name on the comments, and if I like it, I will include it. Later, when we will be able to name also animals, there will be a lot of naming. I will always leave my initials next to everything I name, so if you eventually go to this place, if you find an animal with this initial next, you will know that I was there. There are so many different environments, so many different terrains that you can explore, from buildings underwater. You can even discover dead planets with abandoned facilities with no sign of life on them, only sentinels, and you should be very careful of sentinels because they are gonna be very angry if you decide to break into these abandoned facilities, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I have played only around 3 hours so far, and I have discovered so many interesting planets and areas on these planets that I would love to show you, but if I do, this video will never end. If they fix the problems, if they fix the performance issues they are having at the moment, this is gonna be a truly amazing game. It is already a lot of fun. If you enjoy exploration gameplay, then you should really take a look at it. You should enjoy it. Just wait for the problems to be fixed and then just play No Man's Sky. It is an amazing game. It is everything I want it to be. It is a lot of fun, and exploration mostly, survival not so much game. There is a lot of micromanaging your inventory, but it's not difficult. Materials are easy to be found, and you can always find technologies and blueprints in order to upgrade your spacesuit, your multi-tool, your exosuit. I haven't really done any upgrading so far. I'm still at the very beginning. This was No Man's Sky. I'm having a lot of fun, even with the problems it has at the moment. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.